in the building.
Let's
go.
Live with the Woodlard Roll!
Let's go.
Let's go. Y'all know what this is. Peace and blessings. It is your boy, Eli Rax, a.k.a. Vibes, and welcome to New York Revival, where it's not just sports, it's entertainment. And I'm here with my brothers, man. You guys know who they are, and that's Mr. Glass Half Full of Nets.
Nasty.
Cheers to that. We nasty.
And I'm here with my brother, El Jefe, a.k.a. White Jersey, a.k.a. Blue Jersey, a.k.a. You know what? Shame on me. Shame on me, because I'm usually ready to go, and I feel like I haven't been ready to go for the past couple. And you put some hot stuff out too, and I have not.
Get some hot stuff out there.
I think
it's got to be a third one.
I mean, we could just not put this much pressure on yourself and just give me a regular intro, because I don't think it crosses your mind until it's time to say it.
It's funny. Usually I'm freestyling this thing and I'm on the freaking money, and I'm like, oh, I got this. This is easy.
You're slipping, bro.
Yo, if you know what I'm doing, because I just told Hef today, my mind's been going a little crazy. So
I like it. It's justified then.
Thank you, man. But I got y'all, man. But shout out to you. Yes, you, the revivalists in the chat. Please hit that thumbs up, share, and subscribe. We do appreciate all the support. If you on X right now, please hit that heart button. Please hit that repost button, follow, and plus hit that notification bell when we go live. It helps us out, man. Elon's going to send us a check eventually, right, man? Elon's doing some great things on there.
Elon Musk.
Hey, Elon Musk. I'm doing Elon Musk.
By the way, I watched the Rocket today. I looked up. If you guys were around at 6:00, I saw that rocket clear as day.
How cool was that? I wish I knew that was happening. I didn't know that.
Saw that, TikTok, man. I thought that was fire. Wait, that was your own footage, right, Sweet?
Yeah. Just looking outside, dude.
That was fire, man. But shout out to our guy Elon Musk. Listen, man, we gotta start calling him out on here. If we're gonna use his platform, he gotta at least join us on the pod, man. Talk about some sports or something, man. What's up, Elon? What up, Elon? You know what I'm saying? But shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We got a fun-filled, packed show today because the Giants off season, but we do have the Super Bowl coming up. And man, I'm excited about a couple things. Guys, I just want to say this really quick. What I'm really excited about is Kendrick Lamar performing during the halftime show. Let me tell you, the ride. And listen, can I just say this real quick, guys? I'm sorry. And I'll go around the room. I apologize. I just got to get this off my chest. I got a lot of energy here. All right. But I literally, I knew Kendrick Lamar existed, but I didn't know how talented this man was until Combat, when he kicked Drake's ass all over the damn rap game. I didn't know he was that damn good. So now I'm like, man, am I a fan of Kendrick now? So I can't wait. I can't wait to see what he got. Yeah, listen, Kendrick got me in a bag. He got me feeling some type of way here. I feel motivated here. I'm just saying.
I like this speech. I liked his speech too. I liked all of it.
Saying I'm motivated here. You know what I mean? But shout out to Kendrick, man. I can't wait for that, man. But guys, Super Bowl week, man. What are you excited about? How you feeling? Let's go around the room, and I'm gonna start with El Jefe.
I'm excited. I mean, I'm wearing I'm gonna be wearing red on Super Bowl Sunday, and I'm gonna be just praying for Chiefs victory. I got to tell you guys something real quick, just something ridiculous that happened to me today.
Yes.
If you don't mind, it's only going to take a minute.
Please
go.
So I told you guys I was supposed to get my tattoo this afternoon, and the guy had to reschedule, so I had a day. And I'm like, you know what? Let me be an adult. Let me go do some things that I've been putting off. Like, for instance, this red dot on my head, right? It's a blood vessel, right? That's why it looks like a pimple that never goes away. It's a fucking blood vessel. And another one there. Looks like I lost the fight.
What the hell happened to you?
Yeah. So anyway, I'm like, you know what? Let me go to the dermo. Let me go to the doctor. Let's see what they could do for this thing. And so I'm in there. I'm in the waiting room. And all of a sudden, two ladies walk in, both like 30 years old, exotic looking. And I'm like, what kind of hotel is this? What just happened? So like, I'm a little flustered. Like I'm fine. I'm cool, but I'm a little flustered. She starts going over, the options of what we can do and everything. And she's like, so we can like zap it a little bit here. or if it requires more treatment, you got to go to a different office. I'm like, yeah. And she's like, do you want to do that? I'm like, yeah, I do. And like one was like Spanish looking, the other one was like Indian, but both like really, really attractive. I'm just gonna throw that out. Okay.
So like this
is
no matter Pornhub here.
The Spanish, it really did. Be lying if I said it didn't cross my mind. So I look at the Spanish one is the main one running the show, and she's talking to me, and she's like, "Would you like to like try that treatment?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I think so." And as I look over to the Indian one, I say, "Nobody wants to walk around with a red dot on their forehead, you know?"
What?
No way.
I could have just fucking crawled in a hole and died in that exact moment. She was like, "Uh-huh." and then she's the one that was holding the needle and like zapping this shit off my face. And she was not gentle.
What a line. What a line, awesome. Dude.
Bro, it was out of a fucking movie. Like how dumb can one person be?
Oh my god, I wish I would have seen your face after you said it.
I shit.
Just red as fuck.
That sounds like a great time there, brother.
Yeah, so all I could think of was telling you guys, and I just couldn't wait to tell somebody. Can't tell my wife because I don't want to like paint the picture of a Pornhub scene. Telling
yeah, it doesn't go over as well. She's like, wait a minute, where's this ending? What's going on?
But if you guys could have been a fly on the wall for that moment, it was special. It was truly special.
Money to see that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sarge, man. He's gonna send you the sensitivity training. He's the head of HR, by the way, guys. You don't know Sarge. He's the head of Revival HR. He's gonna send you the sensitivity training.
Fuck you up.
That's fair. Yeah. That's I deserve a slap on the wrist or something. That was bad. I mean, I'm representing you guys when I'm there, and that's
they're gonna have that. They're gonna have that. Use that against us as we get bigger, right? Like, remember when Hefe was a racist? Talk about a red dot. Yeah, I don't know. There's some crazy work at Revival. But Big Dog, what you got, Big Dog?
Classic Hefe.
That was great. I love this guy. I'm sorry. Big Dog, what you got, man? How excited you? That was a great story, man. I can't.
Hey, for the Super Bowl, I am. It's just always a good time. I still am waiting for this day where it's on President's Day weekend. You can make a whole to do about it. You can go off to your, on a trip with your friends and do whatever. But for the time being, it's exciting. It's more exciting for my wife, who is an Eagle fan. So I have to deal with that whole thing. But I'm gonna be rocking red, baby. Go Andy Reid. I'm gonna try and talk all this shit. And it's gonna be a good matchup. So that's what I'm excited about. Like if I take my bias out of it, like you set up a matchup, and Chiefs Eagles would have been one of the top like matchups at the beginning of the season that everybody wants to see. So I'm excited. I'm jacked up to watch it, discuss it, and looking forward to it. What about you, E?
No, listen, man. Like I said, man, I'm excited, man. I'm just excited to see the halftime performance because I'm gonna be honest with you. Can I be 110% honest?
Yeah.
I just don't care who's playing anymore. Like some people take the joy out of the Super Bowl, and the fact that it's the Eagles in there, a lot of the Giants community is going nuts, and it just takes the joy out of just watching the game. So now I'm just like, y'all bitch and moan so much. I don't even care anymore who's playing. Just give me Kendrick Lamar. You're just
there for the halftime show.
That's it, man. Like, I don't give a crap who wins or lose now at this point because I'm like, y'all take so much joy out of me watching the game. Doesn't matter at this point because now if the Eagles win, I got to hear it all week. If the Kansas City wins, I got to hear how great they are and how much we suck and how we got to have the Kansas City motto. No matter what, the Giants community is going to freaking cry about it. So now I'm just like, I don't care. Just let me see Kendrick.
Well, so what did you say about the plane, Jeff, the other day? You said something about the Eagles flying into
well, they said like the flock of eagles was taking off for New Orleans. I'm like, be a shame if they flew into a propeller.
Be a shame.
That was like the nicest way to say, I hope,
of course.
I hope disaster.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So you're about to put another foot in your mouth right now.
I got enough bad tape. I got enough bad tape already.
You did.
And we're 10 minutes in.
This guy
must be that blood vessel. Must be that red dot there.
It was him talking, not me.
Jeez. I want to ask you guys real quick.
Yeah.
What do you think? And again, maybe we're a little bit biased because the Patriots, we beat them twice. But like, who do you think was hated more towards the end of their streak? Was it Tom Brady and the Patriots and like their incessant winning and Belichick and all them, or is it Mahomes and Reed? And I feel like I don't hate the Chiefs. I don't know why. Like maybe you can hate on Kelsey, I guess, but like I didn't hate either. To be honest with you, I gotta be honest. Did you guys? Did you hate any one of these teams? Like for real?
If you want to go,
Yeah, because of the success the Giants had against Tom Brady and the Patriots, I don't think as Giants fans we had anything close to that kind of
I
hatred.
didn't hate it. No.
But I think like prior to the Super Bowl match, I was hoping the Bills or Ravens was going to knock off the Chiefs. Like I really didn't want to see them win again. I'd much rather see Lamar or Josh get their first Super Bowl. But now that they're playing the Eagles, I'm all three-peat. I mean,
Yeah. But so it's not like a hateable thing. Like you don't hate the Chiefs per se. You're just sick of them winning.
yeah, and it's more about like my rooting interests, right? Like there's enough to get annoyed about. Like Jason and Travis Kelce are just fucking absolutely everywhere. Like they're just being shoved down your throat at all times. Then the whole Taylor Swift thing is a little annoying. She annoys people. So like there's reasons to be like I've had enough of them.
Fair.
But I mean it's greatness. We're seeing something that has never been done before. Potentially
Literally
happening
never.
on Sunday. Yeah.
no. Listen,
what about you?
And I'll tell you this. I don't hate Kansas. I right. I had to clear my throat there. All this laughing here. You know what I mean? But I don't hate Kansas City, man. I hated the Patriots more. And I was more than happy winning those 2 Super Bowls over them. The reason why I hated the Patriots more, you just hated Tom Brady. You hate the tactics that they used. These guys took every minuscule, every little thing of the game and exploited it.
Some say they were cheaters.
Of the balls, right? Like so much stuff that they were doing. I'm just like, man, like they're cheaters. Like I guess they wasn't or was. I don't know. You know what I mean? They were recording people. They were doing so much crazy
on that
stuff
line.
right? They were teetering the line too much while, all right, Patrick Mahomes flops. All right, like, is it all right to be mad at? The referees is calling them. Who knows? We really don't freaking know, right? I mean, we don't really know that, but still, it's hard to hate them. Like, you just want to see these guys win. They're cookie cutter. We love Spagnuolo. We love Andy Reid. You know what I mean? So we just like to see greatness happen, and we're seeing it. You know what I mean? So I don't hate them, but I'm with Hef. I'm tired of seeing these motherfuckers win. Like, let me see Lamar. Let me see Josh Allen win ones because those guys are great. You know what I mean? But you know what I hate? Just to see the back-to-back teams like what the Patriots set a standard, unfortunately. So you're starting to see these same teams win back-to-back. I just don't want to see that. I want to see a different team kind of win every year. But here we are, man. But I don't hate Kansas City at all. I'm just tired. Tired of that,
it always interests me because there's 2 schools of thought. Like there's like people love watching greatness, and we have a chance on both levels. Like never been a 3P before, and I think there's going to be a real discussion if Mahomes wins again, if he's the GOAT right away. Like,
dude,
yes.
Yeah. I'm
glad it's been talked about last
it's his 5th Super Bowl appearance already. And he's gone to the AFC Championship every year. He's been a starter.
He's not 30. He's not even 30 yet.
He's not even
this like his 4th. This is his 4th.
This is 5th appearance. He's won 3 and he lost 1.
He's won 3.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow. Wait, he lost the Super Bowl? Shoot.
Yeah, he lost to who did they lose to again?
Was it to Brady?
Tampa Bay. Yeah,
yes, Brady.
Yes.
So that does give Brady an edge.
Of all the people.
Listen. You can argue that he could be the GOAT, but come on, Tom Brady is Tom Brady. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah, but what if he blows the Super Bowls out of the water by the time he's done?
Which is insane to even think. Right?
He's got 3, and
because
he's. Yeah.
Do you think Andy Reid will be there after this? Like, do you think Andy? These guys are old. Like,
that's a good point.
Steve Spagnuolo's age, and Steve Spagnuolo's 65 years old. He's gonna do this for another 5 years. I highly doubt that.
He looks good like he's 65, man.
He looks great.
Andy Reid has already said he's coaching next year. He came out and said that, but that's all we know. He's not going to go forever, but he probably wants to squeeze. It's a well-oiled machine right now.
Kelsey said he was going to play some more, which was interesting. Tell me if I'm wrong here. Tell me if I got the wrong vibes. But when you say something like that, it almost like makes me think like he's not expecting to win. Like if you win this one, like, and you win your third straight, do you really want to come back for another one to go for four? I guess to go for your fourth, but you already made history. Like, I would think you want to ride. Kelsey strikes me as a guy that would like to ride off into the sunset, kind of like Strahan. So, like, when he said he's going to play again, and I feel like he's trending downward, right? Like he's less and less a part of the game plan, less like active. So I don't like when I thought about that, I was like, I thought he was going to retire maybe at this next one, but instead he's got a couple more left. I was like, does he assume that? Does he think they're actually going to lose this one? Is there doubt in his mind? He wants to come back for more after that. That's what I think.
You know why it's like it even works like this version of him that they get, because it might be the blocking that is the last thing to go, right? Because if you're big and strong and you know leverage and you know where to put your hands and all of that, you could probably do that before you notice someone losing a step or not being able to get separation and things like that. But it's like as soon as you forget about Kelsey, that's when he breaks open for the biggest play of the game.
He'll score a touchdown this game.
Yeah, like they're just so in sync that he's always a threat in the red zone. So he could still be a part of the offense next year, but like the days of what he was they're gone. But they've adapted. Every year the Chiefs have adapted. You lose Tyreek Hill, and what'd you do but run off 2 straight Super Bowls? Like it's fucking insane.
Wild, dude.
And listen, we just remember at the beginning of the year, we was like Travis Kelce's on the decline.
I said it. That's on me.
As soon as I believe a wide receiver, I forget the wide receiver that was
Rice, right? Rashee Rice.
As soon as he went down, it was Travis Kelce all over again. You know what I mean? So I can see him play another year. You know what I mean? But I mean, he is getting up there in age. But the rumor has it is that it won't be for Kansas City. I think they're trying to move on from him eventually.
Oh,
That's
interesting.
Rumor has it.
So. That would be very interesting.
We'll see.
See, I would imagine I would think he'd retire before he goes and plays somewhere.
That's you would think. Like, why? What's the point of it? It's not a money thing at this point, especially if you're Baron Taylor. Like, you're good. You're good. So I don't understand what it'd be for. Like, I don't know.
Listen, she's gonna hit him with a prenup early, all right? But he does have money. He definitely has money. You know what I mean? But I mean, I would like to see him retire in Kansas City. I think he'll retire before they get rid of him. I really would. You know what I mean? So
I think it would be a conversation, right? Like, hey, we're looking to move off you, and if there's no amount of money that they would keep him for, I could see them being like, you know, we'll let you retire if you don't want to play anywhere else. We're not going to cut you. I'm sure they would do that for him.
All right, so guys, I got a question to ask you guys. Oh, wait, go ahead. Go ahead. No, go.
I know it's super duper early to ask this. Oh, you just tell me to save it to last.
Never too early.
Can we do prediction?
Maybe
do predictions.
Yeah, we're on it. Let's go.
All right, let's do predictions. And guys,
I'll write this shit down.
I'm gonna take the lead here. All right.
Okay.
Guys, I'm looking at Super Bowl and I'm like, man, it's in New Orleans, one of the greatest cities. Shout out to New Orleans, the strongest city.
Love it.
Philadelphia Eagles, Kansas City. History is on the line here, guys. I get excited. I get a little warm, fuzzy feeling in the gut here. And I'm thinking of that game, and I'm like, Kansas City, they have a chance of winning.
I'd say.
But here you go. I'm going to have to poo-poo on this. Guys, I think Philadelphia is going to win.
Okay.
I think Philadelphia is going to win by 10 points. I think they're going to go out, and there's no way they're going to stop Saquon Barkley. And the reason why I say that is because Saquon Barkley is the LeBron James when he showed up to, I believe it was
Miami.
He went back home. Was it Miami or when he went back home where everybody was pre-celebrating and he was just like, stop. I think it was Miami. He was like, stop celebrating until we win this damn thing. And I believe they're on a cusp of winning. This is where Saquon's mentality is right now. He's telling everybody, yes, we're at the Super Bowl. We are having fun. But do you see the business on his face? Because he understands this gets him a gold jacket. He understands that we understand this is cemented. Saquon Barkley is a leader of men. He was a leader here in the Giants locker room, people. Let's not forget. If you, in your right mind, don't think that he's in that Philly locker room telling them, nope, we have one more. And just like he said it during an interview, the last game where he was like, oh, we have one more. He understands the task at hand, Saquon Barkley. Don't get it twisted. I think Philly's going to come in and is going to win at least convincingly. You're going to see him get punched in the mouth, Kansas City, the first quarter. I think they understand how Steve Spagnuolo calls up a defense, but it's going to stop Jalen Hurts. but it's not going to stop Saquon Barkley. I'm telling you right
That's
now.
key.
Philly wins by 10. Write that down.
Mm.
Ah,
So can I have an official score?
Oh,
Yeah.
let's do let's do 31-21 Philly.
Damn. That would be I mean, okay. I respect it.
Speed, what you got?
Yo,
Hefner's pissed at me right now because he's like, shit.
No, you could
no,
you could
I
totally
hate
be
to
right.
say it. You're right. I think Eli's right. The right they are like this team on a mission right now. They are this team of destiny. It fucking pains me to say this. But I've already placed my bet. My bet's placed. I don't want the spread to go high change because somehow the wrong team is the underdog in this game. The Eagles are somehow the underdogs. And it doesn't make sense to me because their overall team is better. The only person stepping between them and the Super Bowl is Patty Mahomes, who is arguably the GOAT. You know, we have a shot there.
He's not nobody.
Yeah, right. This team is just bulldozing people. Their defense has been phenomenal. If they shake up Mahomes and keep him in check, this game's over, bro. This game's over. They're going to control the clock.
Yeah.
Saquon's going to keep Mahomes off the field. And what is KC not great at? They have a good defense. They're not great at run defense. And that lands perfectly into what the Eagles do epically well. And that's run the ball and run it down your throat and run it some more. Jalen Hurts, like you said, Jalen Hurts is not going to have a big game. They're going to.
I mean, has he done that all year?
Proven.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's been proven. He doesn't have to put the team on his back because why? They got Saquon Barkley. It's been proven all year.
And a bulldozing O-line.
I'm going to,
so what was your final score? Sorry.
24-16. 24-16 Eagles.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
You're both wrong.
Please
talk to me. Let's go.
This is hedge my happiness. My happiness.
Listen,
I don't mind.
3 weeks ago, I put a bet in Saquon MVP for the Super Bowl because if Philly gets there and if Philly wins, it's going to be him. That's how they've won all year. He's the guy. But the Chiefs are winning this game because I really want them to. Number one. Number two. This is Spags, okay?
Yeah.
This is not Washington's defense.
No.
This is Spags, and
Max we said we're disrespecting.
And the last 2 years, it hasn't been the Chiefs' wild offense that has gotten this team to where they are. The Chiefs were hardly putting up 30 points all year.
Right.
Their defense has been rock solid. And it was Spags who dialed up the exotic blitz on the 4th down play against Buffalo that knocked Buffalo out of the playoffs and sent them home. This is a defensive-minded team that happens to have a Hall of Fame coach, quarterback, and tight end on offense. That's how they know how to win. They've been here every year. They know exactly what they're doing. I got the Chiefs because they have Patrick Mahomes and that magic. They're going to get it done in the end. And I'm saying 31-28 Chiefs.
Okay, that sounds like an awesome game. That sounds like an awesome game. I hope you're right, dude. I hope you're right.
Same here,
it worries me. I haven't seen anybody really light up this Eagles defense. You know, like I thought Jay and Daniels was gonna have a shot. And listen, the Commanders turned the ball over, and that's what ultimately did them in.
Yeah.
And I don't think the Chiefs are gonna do that. You know, I don't think like you said, there's veterans all over the place. They're all like they're running the ball. This is going to be an awesome game. It's going to be an awesome game. I just have this sick feeling. And wouldn't it just be the icing on this shit cake of the season for the Giants? Like Saquon winning, Eagles, you know, but it just feels like they're unfortunate. And egg on my face even more. Like I've been trashing Sirianni. I was like, he's going to get fired this year. And he's going to now his second Super Bowl in 3 years. What am I going to say?
And even if they win, we're still not going to give him any credit. But now he's a Super Bowl winning coach.
Yeah, like you have right. I just can't even talk shit.
No, and the last thing any Giants fan should want to see is Sirianni with his arm around Saquon, and they're about to win a Super Bowl. Like, holding up the trophy that's like a fucking absolute vomit picture.
That's gonna happen.
I'm gearing up.
My money is on Philly. My heart, my mind, my soul, and my plums are with Kansas City.
Same.
I'm hoping,
Same,
guys.
same.
Shout out to the 228 people in the building. Don't forget, Super Chats is open, guys. Super Chats is open. If you want your comment highlighted, don't forget hit that Super Chat button, guys. If you're on X, don't forget we get to see those comments. We want to see them comments coming in from X, man. We definitely put it on. We'll highlight it for you guys over there. So please, man, if you can hit the repost button, hit that like button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell on X. If you're on YouTube, man, hit that subscribe button and that thumbs up. We do appreciate all the support. But man, guys, I want to talk about a couple things because this is what lit up Giants Twitter today, man, because Jameis Winston is at the Super Bowl showing his great personality. And guess who he runs into? The very well guy we was just talking about, Saquon Barkley. And he said, hey, Saquon, I'm unemployed. I think somebody might need a quarterback. What team you think I should go for and sign with? And Saquon Barkley said, hey, I know some idiots. I mean, some people.
Oh, pardon me. Yeah.
I'm sorry. But New York Giants, they might need a quarterback there. He's like, oh, thanks, bud. You're welcome. I'll put in a good word for you. So here it is. It started a whole big thing. The reporters is talking about it. We're talking about it. Jameis Winston. I just want to ask, man, how close or how real do you think this will be for the Giants here? And I'm going to start with Mr. Glass half full. What's going on, brother?
Listen. All right. Here, let me just get this out of the way because I'm a Florida State fan. You know, those were the Florida State Seminoles were one of my few teams I loved as a kid growing up, and I still do have a soft spot for them. So I watched Jameis win a championship for my favorite team when I was younger. I've watched him his whole career. I've always rooted for him. I love the guy, and I think he gets a bad rap. Because of the crab incident, because of some of the stupid shit he does to rile people up. But Jameis Winston, make no mistake, is a great person, a great leader. And he's actually really fucking smart. He's really smart, and people don't understand that because they see his stupid antics during the actual like pregame. They're like, look at this idiot. But I truly love the guy, and I think if he comes here, because you need two quarterbacks, right? You need two quarterbacks. We need a veteran. Jameis Winston, for all his negativity, like all his turnovers, he's been around the league. He's seen a lot of systems. He's a good inspirational figure for the locker room. I think he'd be a great mentor for the young kid that comes in that hopefully we draft, and it'll be fun. It's going to be fun to watch Jameis, man. If nothing else, he's fun. What other quarterback do you recall throwing for 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions? Like, it's just you're going to get a crazy result regardless of what happens for Jameis. Like, you have him jumping, flipping through the air, scoring touchdowns. And he, you know what? He got a bad rap for Cleveland last year. That Cleveland team was a dumpster fire. And he got a couple wins there. He inspired the group for a little bit. And listen, yes, he got benched. But Jameis Winston wasn't the reason the Browns were bad last year. Let's call a spade a spade. The guys won before. He's good for the locker room. Good, like I said, good inspiration. And I think it'd be a really cool quote at the very least after every game to have that guy behind the mic. But give me all the Jameis Winston stock, man. I'm biased.
I absolutely love him. Like, I think he's just one of those naturally funny people that all they have to do is like look you in the eye and you fucking laugh. Like, he's just that funny. Yes. He's definitely not my first choice. I don't think we're a serious football team if we're going into next season starting Jameis Winston. You know, it's clearly not a team that's trying to compete. But I will say, Jameis Winston, the second he was brought into Cleveland when Deshaun went down, which was such a shame. I mean, everyone's heartbroken about that. That laugh.
I was trying to hold it in.
But as soon as he started in Cleveland, the big play instantly returned. If you were like a fantasy football guy, every receiver got upgraded because he throws the ball. He's completely unafraid. So if you have a solid defense and you have a guy that's putting up points and turning the ball over, you could still win some games. You can win some games with him. How long does that last? It doesn't work with him anywhere, but he will throw the ball. Malik Neighbors will have plenty of opportunities. You talk about he's so athletic, just throw the ball, just give him a chance. Yeah. Jameis will do that all day, every day. There's reasons to be like, all right, that's better than what we've had, but I think it punts on next year if he's your starting veteran.
who wouldn't be a punt to you?
Like, I mean, Stafford would be a trade, right? But like Stafford,
Oh well, yes.
you know, we can talk about what the rumors of Stafford and Cup of what that would do for a Giants locker room.
Sure.
You know, that instantly makes you a team that's serious.
Yeah, huge.
You're trying to win games.
And it's funny because you're trying to win games, but how many games are you expecting to win? The Giants right now are not a serious contender for anything. So for them bringing in Jameis Winston, to me, is kind of not saying a forfeit, but you're just saying, all right, we're trying to win at least 6 games or 7 games this year. We're trying to at least do that and develop hopefully a guy. If you sign Jameis Winston here, guys, I do Giants fans are like, no, give me Justin Fields. Well, let me give you some pros and cons here. All right. Justin Fields sucks too. Let's be honest, right? And Justin Fields is a developmental project. So let's say the Giants
at best, yes.
At best. So if the Giants draft a quarterback, let's say a la Cam or Shador Sanders or even Jackson Dart, I'll give you guys that too. All of these quarterbacks coming out are developmental. These guys aren't plug in and start right away type of guys. They're not Jaden Daniels. They're not. So if they're developing Justin Fields, they got to develop the new quarterback. What's the time here? How much time you going to give these guys to develop both of them at the same time?
Yep.
So, of course, Justin Fields, if you sign him, he's more of a future guy. He's a franchise guy. So you're going to put more time into him and develop him to the guy you think he can be. Jameis Winston is the safest, best option for the Giants, especially if they draft a quarterback, because the guy's seen it all. He's been in the league for years, so you don't got to tell him too much of anything. You don't got to develop Jameis Winston. He is what he is already. We understand. Yeah. But now they have time to develop the young guy. But, hey, you see that throw Jameis Winston just made? Yeah, he threw it to the other team. Don't do that, rookie. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Like you got
teaching moments, lots of teaching moments.
A lot of teaching moments when Jameis Winston is in there. By mid-season, if the quarterback rookie that you have in there could pull the Eli Manning effect, like Kurt Warner, put him in there and see what he can do. Because I'm telling you, you're gonna lose some games with Jameis Winston. You might win a couple, but if you're losing or you're winning a couple, put the rookie in there and they'll start to save grace to say, you know what, maybe we can keep these guys for another year. The fan base is that big. We understand there's a rookie quarterback in there, but hey, that quarterback looks good. Let's see what they can do next year with them with more continuity. So, of course, that's the best plan, and that should be the plan for Brian Daboll and Joe Schoen. But if you're bringing in Justin Fields, which everybody wants to, I have no idea why, you just pack it up. Pack up their desk now and fire these guys. It's going to be a long, terrible season.
It'll be interesting.
Option.
Yeah, it'll be interesting with this, like here's the deal. Like I'm going on the basis that like I don't know if Stafford's available, I don't know if Cousins is available, and I don't know if Rodgers is available. If Rodgers is available, I would take a shot at him. I said it before. But if Stafford somehow becomes available, like maybe we go for him. But like I'm operating on the premise that that's not going to happen. Because it's kind of pie in the sky kind of stuff, right? Like
it is, and like why would McVay let Stafford go?
Stupid.
Right. I just don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah.
That's stupid because those guys it's hit the playoffs. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
Couldn't agree more. with Eli's assessment on Fields. Like Fields needs development. If you can't develop 2 quarterbacks, and this guy you draft theoretically, if you're drafting one of the top 2, then they're coming in within less than a month, I would assume. Like you don't have time to get everybody up to speed at the same time. Develop Fields, develop Shador, develop. There's just not you only have so much time in a day. So that's why I take a guy that, hey, you're throwing Jameis out there. You're like, go do your thing. Go do your thing. I'll coach you up. And little quote today, which may mean nothing to some people, may mean something to some people. Jameis today talking about Daboll and the Giants. I have a ton of respect for Coach Daboll, the things he does offensively.
Of course, he's unemployed.
But listen to what he says here. This is the part.
I'd love him to hire me.
Right?
Yeah.
Personality in a big market. Yeah.
I think we have a young, and then he stops himself. He says, whoa. They have a young roster, but they have a young roster that's ready to win. They're ready to bounce back. I know they're hungry over there. He said, we. Does that give you a little bit? Was it a Freudian slip? Has he been talking to Daboll?
I think Joe Shane's testing the water. So it'd be stupid not to, right? I mean, let's come on, guys. We're not stupid, right? We understand we have some sort of inside information. We just not insiders, guys, because we don't want to be. Go to the other guys for that. We just like to take in information and just Give you little tidbits here and there.
Maybe we'll drop you a line here and there.
Maybe you just got to read between the lines here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But guys, come on, like you understand that there's some chatter going on there saying, "Hey, what's the number going to look like?" I'm sure Joe Shane reached out to his people. Of course, you would be stupid enough. You have no quarterbacks right now in your room besides Tommy. Is Tommy DeVito a free agent too? I don't know if he is.
He's technically under contract.
Oh, he's still under contract, dude. You have no quarterbacks with Tommy DeVito.
So no, we have no quarterback.
We have no. So
we need a whole new room.
Of course, you have no choice but to reach out to Jameis. But one thing, I just want to say this one thing about Jameis. That's another pro that everybody's like, no, don't have him. But that attitude is infectious. That positivity is infectious, guys.
Yes.
You come to us for the positivity. You come to us just to feel good. Jameis Winston is going to bring that to New York. New York needs that right now.
Yeah.
Like you're missing that person to be like, yo. Coming together, guys. Yes, we lost, but we're going to lick our wounds, but we're going to get better. They need that leadership. Jameis Winston is going to be a beast in that locker room. It's going to galvanize the team a whole lot better, man. I'm looking forward if he does come.
We need that.
Looking forward.
I just have a quick, what is we saw our owner come out and say they better get it figured out fast because I'm running out of patience. Yeah. Well, then what exactly are you allowing them to do to stack wins right now with a brutal schedule and a really tough division? You know what I mean? Like how does Dable and Shane not get fired midseason is what I'm asking.
I think he said that because I think you tried to say that to save face for the fans because he's always got to say like, hey, we're trying here. We're trying
smart
to get
fans. Like we see through that shit. Like
yeah, but what is he supposed to say? You know, hey, stick through another tough year, guys, because I don't know what's gonna like. He's got to. I
guess
something.
To be honest, I guess I would have preferred that he say, "Listen, we gave it a shot with Daniel Jones, and I would like to see them get their own quarterback and finish what they started."
Yeah,
I would love that too. And I think I said this like a couple weeks ago. I was like, just tell us the damn truth. Like, we're just so tired of the tongue-in-cheek, meteor trained bull crap.
What's the truth
listen,
about
just how Hefe said. Listen. Daniel Jones sucked. We moved on. Hey, listen, Brian Daboll stayed because there was no other option. Like, just tell us something to kind of be like, well, we're right. But I understand.
He can't throw his boy under the bus, even when he's gone.
I get it.
He can't throw Daniel Jones on the damn bus. God forbid.
Holy shit! A super chat.
Hi-yo. Let's do it. The lines are now open, and former Revivalist of the Month, Richard Judge from the top rope.
Hey,
Rich, we love you, brother.
We
love you.
And respect.
I finished talking about you today to my missus, man. It was crazy. I'll talk about all the day ones and be like, man, that guy Rich is great. So shout out to you, Rich, man.
He is the best.
You're gonna live forever, big guy. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard. We love you. And Day Uno, Sergeant, joined us last week on the show.
Oh, God, Day One, Sarge.
If the Eagles win and win the Super Bowl and Saquon is the MVP, does John Mara lose his mind and fire Shane and Dable? Bring me Winston. I don't like. They're not getting fired now. There's nobody to replace them with, which I think actually was part of the decision-making process this offseason, is that there was no slam dunk. Yep. We were maybe the least desirable location for any coach to come in with a GM on a hot seat if the coach leaves or whatever. Like, Mara technically did the right thing, even though it sucks because it's hard to see the light right now. But we were not going to get the best coaches or GMs. So I think he probably made a handshake deal with them anyway about Daniel Jones. And so it allowed him to stay true to his word while also not acting desperate and potentially not even upgrading either guy. So you already have them in-house. Let them finish what they started.
And Jeff, to answer, sorry. Just real quick. Yes. Jeff, to answer your question about what they're like really looking for, I think at the end of the day, I think what they want to see is a couple wins to start off with their bridge quarterback, 3 or 4 wins, and then 2 or 3, maybe 4 exciting wins by the rookie. Promise, right? And things start trending, like win 7 games, but you got your answer at quarterback now, potentially, right? And you start seeing pieces come together. Maybe a defender, maybe the offensive line finally looks like it could be like the final piece. And they put it together. They want to see positive signs. And that's probably still going to only lead to 7 wins because of the division, the terrible schedule, whatever. But that's a vision I could see where they want to see that positivity heading in the right direction,
Yeah.
and that's where it ends. But
weird.
it's still
that's exactly why we thought they would go quarterback last year, because it's job security. If and when Daniel Jones falls off the rails, like when they benched him, they could have had a rookie take over at that point. And all that rookie would have had to do is show a flash. It would have been Bo Nix or Penix, right? And those dudes have shown that they're capable. That's all that would have, and we wouldn't be talking about firing anybody. We would say, all right, keep building. We got a quarterback. Let's keep going. And that way, even if we were the third pick still, now you'd be talking about getting an absolute game record on defense, and you wouldn't be thinking quarterback. But for the record,
here we are.
Yep, I know we got so much quarterback and draft talk to come in the next couple months. I would be easily able to sell myself on either of the top two quarterbacks, but I'll save my preference for a later show.
Yeah, and we're gonna get into that.
Totally agree, guys. I want to talk about a couple other things, man. Myles Garrett asked for a trade, man. What's his landing destination, man? And I'm gonna start with El Jefe, man, because right now, of course, you got the Chargers, the Browns, maybe the Giants. I don't know. I know it's a big contract there. I don't know, but man, Myles Garrett, man, are you accepting that guy with open arms or what? What's going on there?
Fuck yeah, I would. He's a monster, but I don't think the Giants would. I think Washington makes a world of sense because they are in such a good spot with their cap. They don't have to pay their quarterback for 4 more years. I think Washington makes a ton of sense because Myles Garrett would instantly go into a competitive team, just went to the NFC Championship, and a team that's completely on the rise with a rookie quarterback. So I could see that being a desire. He wants to win, so he's probably not Giant. This is part of the problem. No free agents want to come here.
No.
So no, the Giants are not going to get him.
Listen, I say that too. I think his destination, man. Well, the Browns. I don't know. He's not going to the Browns. Sorry, he's on the Browns. Forgive me. Let me change that.
But it would be a trade anyway. Not that
exactly. I'm sorry, but you're right, man. But no, I listen. It's a lot of people will say Myles Garrett requesting the trade is kind of like a doomsday for the Giants, and I don't think so, man. Because you're gonna lose your best player. But you're going to draft a quarterback. That means, hey, you're completely blowing up the Browns and you're starting from scratch and everything at this point, right? So I just don't know if they're in the quarterback market because a lot of Giants fans will say, well, Myles Garrett's leaving and now they're definitely going to get a quarterback. I just don't see it because if you're going to get that quarterback, right, that means you have a faith in the new guy coming in to actually lead your team better than Deshaun Watson. If Deshaun Watson sucks, then, hey, I got a rookie quarterback that's going to come in and is going to show some sort of promise, and I'm going to work with him. And we know how Stefanski. is. He's good at developing quarterbacks. It's just not Deshaun Watson. You know what I mean? But I think, man, it doesn't really mean anything. It's not a doomsday for the Giants and Myles Garrett. What the hell out of there? But I think a team that he should look at and that should trade for him because they have the biggest cap space in the league probably, go to Washington. Go win something. Win something, man. Figure it out over there.
Yeah. I mean, and I think that's the most obvious. It makes the most sense. If that's a team ready to win, he's ready to rock. They have all the space. They can still do more after him. Another team that sickly makes, and I won't count them out ever, is even the Eagles. Imagine he goes to the Eagles, like superstar. Like what are the Eagles actually like? They're missing this ferocious edge.
If they add him, I want their books checked. I'll launch my own fucking investigation. If you can afford Myles Garrett with this fucking roster, I'm going to throw up.
Yeah. That's what happens when you defer all the money that they deferred, like with Hurts and with Saquon,
even Saquon,
and all these void years, and that's what they're going for it right now. But it'd make me sick. And I won't count them out, but Lions would be a slam dunk. I think Lions are missing the pass rusher. Yeah, and if you match up,
that's
and you say Taj said take your time, come back on your own, and then compare that. I have that Garrett on the other side. That defense goes from a weakness to an absolute strength, and it's game over, man. It's game over. Yeah.
Listen,
right. I know.
Also, Sarge said Sarge has been cooking, man. Shout out to Sarge, man. That means they could draft Carter over there, right?
That's what I think. That was my take.
I had this dream scenario.
Why draft a quarterback? You know,
I had this dream scenario where and I know you said that nobody wants to come here, and I know he said he wants to play for Super Bowls, but like it's like a draft day kind of scenario where like they trade us for Kayvon Thibodeau and a number 3 pick. They pair up Thibodeau and Abdul Carter, or if you want to go Travis Hunter, you stack up your defense. You still take your quarterback, one of the 2 quarterbacks at 2, and then you get your superstar defensive player at 3. That's a hell of a way to, and Thibodeau on top of that. It's a hell of a way to kick off a rebuild, a semi-rebuild, right?
Indeed. I'm with C's on this one, and shout out C's. Thank you for the super. Carefully, I'm breaking something in my house. Like,
same.
It's like the Dodgers, but the Dodgers. But
help me understand the void years. Are they just like pushing the money to the back? They know the cap will be larger, and then what? Like just they'll pay them so much every few years for as long as they have to, or like
I don't know if there's a cap on it, but essentially yes, they're pushing years down the line. And how it backfires is if like say Saquon, say something bad happens to them, right? So a big time injury, you could still be paying them top dollar in these void years, even after you cut them. That's dead money after that. Like it's complete dead money. And like so, if you're betting on these guys being decent in about 3, 4, or 5 years, still continuing. So yeah, it's kind of like deferred money that's pushing it down the line.
But if they win one, even if they win just one Super Bowl, it's worth it.
It's good for them. Yep, it's good for them. I think we have another super, guys. Let's get to the other super real quick here.
It's the curveball with a K, baby.
Oh, curveball. I'm gonna hit you with the air horns, brother. What's up, Chris Curveball? What's going on, man?
I'll let Eli take this one. I can't name.
What 3 songs do you guys want Kendrick Lamar to perform at halftime? Come on, the number 1 song I want to hear is "They're Not Like Us." They're not like A minor. I want to hear all that.
You heard that at the Grammys, right? You heard the whole crowd.
Fire, by the way.
Dude, sorry. Nothing says you won the battle like winning a Grammy with your fucking diss track. Like,
oh my
God. And swept it, brother. Swept it. Like all 5. He was nominated for 5 awards. He got them all. Like I never in hip hop history, like this. Listen, I'll say this on record. Not Like Us isn't the greatest diss track of all times. Not at all. You got Hit 'Em Up out there. You got a bunch of other stuff out there I can name that's better than Not Like Us. But as far as the commercial crossover repeat, this is like, yes, it should have got all those awards. Like this is probably one of the greatest diss track ever in this modern era.
That was dope.
But man, like just a diss track. I mean, hip hop history. But 2 more songs. I like to see. Let's see what else, man. 3 songs. I'm a freestyle. I like some of his freestyles, man. But I like to see Backseat. And also, I like to see.
Yep, I was gonna say Backseat for me.
You know what, man? I would like to see Good Kid, Mad City. I want to hear that song. I think that's fire. Like the 2 parts. Yeah. I want to hear that. That's fire. Yeah.
Dude, that gets me jacked up every single time.
Let's go, Speed. Yo, that second wave that come in. Woo! Anyway, fire, man. Fire. Speed, what you got? You got any 3?
Those are like you took my 3. So like that whole Good Kid, Mad City album, anything he plays off that was when I started getting into Kendrick. Like I'm all for that. And there's one off the Damn album. I forget which one. That I really like, but I'm terrible with actual names.
Do you think any special guests come out for his
performance? Oh yeah, they'll definitely.
Any predictions? Yeah. Any predictions?
Oh, I got one prediction that's gonna be wild, and you guys are gonna be like, "Whoa!" But write this down. I'm gonna bet on this one.
I got my pen right here, bro. Go ahead.
I'm gonna predict this right now, and it's gonna be so wild. Everybody's gonna be like, "It ain't happening," but I just got a feeling. I think Lil Wayne is gonna be there, and I do understand. Understand the Drake situation. I get it.
Yeah,
but it's New Orleans.
I think you're right, dude.
Might be there and do a couple joints. I'm just saying.
Even if it's just a verse, just give me,
give me a verse, right?
Just pop up and then disappear into a cool.
They gotta bring him in. Or like Master P, maybe Master P. They throw it back to Master P, like and
Speed. I totally forgot.
Cash Money Records, like maybe they bring him in for one, like just to throw a homage to New Orleans. They have all these rappers. They can't just like not bring them on, right? Like they gotta have somebody.
I mean, but listen, a good choice too. Speed, that's a good one. You can still bring out No Limit. Make
Yeah,
us
yeah, that's
say,
what I'm saying.
in New Orleans, that will crush the building, bro. Oh,
All right,
I'm
I'm gonna make a totally out of left field prediction for guest
I like
appearance, and it's Harry Connick Jr., New Orleans native, nasty on the piano. He's gonna come out.
Wow.
Yeah,
And
That's a
Kendrick,
wild one. That's a good one.
he's cultured like that. He might like
Might.
throw it back and do that because he's got like very good taste for music and very good understanding of like he's smart. So I think he would do something like that.
that's just that's just a left field prediction right here.
I like
C's,
it.
yes, we are
Yes,
going to
we
talk
are.
some ball tonight. We are
We're
going to
gonna
talk some
talk
ball.
ball.
But
Guys,
thank you, Curveball. Thank you, C's. Thank you, everybody, for the supers. Keep
Love
them
those
coming. We
super chats.
appreciate
Keep
you.
them coming. Guys, I just want to say this because Thursday is a very important day for the Giants community, for us here, because I'm telling you right now, once we find out Thursday, I am booking a plane ticket and a hotel.
Yes,
okay?
I'm with you.
Eli Manning has a chance to become a first ballot Hall of Famer this Thursday. Guys, do you think he makes it? Because a lot of controversy or a lot of BS when Eli Manning's name is here.
Always.
Be honest. But Hef, Spee, anyone go first here. Do you think he makes it, man? Tell me right now. Go.
I'm gonna say he doesn't make first ballot.
Oh,
Because there's haters out there. There's people that didn't vote Derek Jeter to be unanimous. There's people that didn't, like there's always some bullshit that happens. And this season will be capped off by Eli not making first ballot and Philly winning a Super Bowl. And it will complete the worst year in Giants history. Obviously, I'm all about Eli getting in as soon as possible. First ballot for what he did. The stats pile up. I think he deserves it. There's other factors, like we'd be crazy to not factor in his last name or the fact that he's extremely relevant still in the media, in all important circles. He's well liked. All of that stuff matters. Well, whether we believe it does or not, just in terms of the voting. So there's a lot. I think it's close. It's probably really close. Do you think he gets in this time, Spee?
Listen, I say this all the time. You have to take into account. And I'm Eli's number one fan, but you have to take account the name, the personality, and who he beat in those Super Bowls. You can't write the story of the NFL without talking about the 17-0 or 18-0 Patriots losing to Eli Manning and then losing to him again. And he won both Super Bowl MVPs in those games. And then on top of that, you throw in the little known, like the little fact of his Iron Man streak, all the cumulative stats that he put up, like being at the top of every major passing category when he retired. I know you can say it's cumulative. He played so much. He didn't have star seasons, whatever. The numbers are there.
That's a feather in his cap in itself. Right. Just the fact that you survived
that's just
16 years without missing a game. That's
a credit.
Right.
It's right. They use it as a diss, but he's lasted that long. That should be like it's an iron streak right there.
He's the goofiest Iron Man of all time.
I mean, listen, I think Eli is going to get in because, like, if you said his name was Joe Johnson and not Eli Manning, he probably would be a second ballot, right? I'd say he'd probably have to wait a year. Being who he is will boost him up, and who he won against will boost him up. He's gonna get in first ballot, and we're booking those damn tickets. I'm going to Hall of Fame for the first time. All three of us are going. Canton will be there.
Yes,
guys. Let me say this, man. It's hard to deny 11 road wins in 2007 consecutively. It's hard to deny beating the 17-0 New England Patriots. It's hard to deny someone with an 8-4 playoff win, passer rating of 87, 2,800 yards, 18 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. Guys, it's hard to deny that. Yes, regular season, Eli Manning, average. I get you. But he's statistically in every category as far as within the top 10 or maybe in the top 15. Okay, guys? Eli Manning is a 2-time Super Bowl MVP. Guys, you know the accolades. You know the awards. Let's stop it here. A lot of people lose their mind by his record, by his interceptions, and etc. What matters most to people here? The hardware. There are people in the Hall of Fame that didn't win a damn thing. And Eli Manning is in the same breath and category with some of those quarterbacks that are in there.
Mm.
So, guys, let's call a spade a spade. The hardware sends you over. This is the reason why I say Lamar Jackson needs to win one. Yes, he's a special type of player. Yes, we understand he will get a gold jacket, but that hardware mutes all conversations about Lamar Jackson entering the Hall of Fame if he was to win that Super Bowl. But if he doesn't, there's going to be that, I don't know, 2-time MVP, and there's always going to be debate. But there should be no debate around Eli Manning entering in the first ballot Hall of Fame.
Mm.
We've seen people go in there for less. And a lot of people go, hey, man, you're tarnishing the legacy of the Hall of Fame if he's first ballot. I beg to differ. I just gave you guys the stats of what he was able and capable of doing, not only once, but twice to the unbeatable New England Patriots, which Tom Brady will tell you himself, man, I did not want to see the Giants at all, especially in 2008, after 2007, where Plaxico shot himself. There was no way there's nobody stopping the Giants besides Plaxico, right? But let's be honest, Patriots, nobody wanted to see the New York Giants there. They feared them. Eli Manning was that guy. Name one wide receiver that left and had a successful career without Eli Manning. I'll wait, go.
You can't.
You can't name one. So the fact that this guy elevated the players around him, as humble as he can be, starting consecutively, and he only left the chair because Ben McAdoo thought he was washed up, which we can talk about. That's another thing another time, right? But you're talking about a guy that elevated the people around him. Eli Manning needs to be and deserves to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Cut it out. Hall of Fame committee, whoever the hell y'all, whatever y'all called, do the right thing. Do the right thing this Thursday and make sure Eli Manning sees Canton, Ohio, as a first ballot Hall of Famer. Hands down. That's all I got to say about that. Forgive me.
I want to add a little bit something to this because it's a numbers game too when it comes down to it, right? Right. This year, it's open. There's not really a ton of headliners, right? It's not like there's no big QBs. It's Eli Manning. This is the perfect year to get him in. Because if you wait till next year, Drew Brees is coming in, Larry Fitzgerald is coming in that class potentially, Pouncey, but there's just a lot of big names. And you could see that a scenario where maybe Eli doesn't get in over a Drew Brees, he doesn't so you're not going to kick it down the road 3 years at that point. They're not going to leave Eli Manning's name on that ballot more than a year. It's just not going to happen.
They might just want to get it done, is what you're saying.
Yeah, so just get him in now and in a class that's kind of weaker and then be done with it because he is a Hall of Famer. So what's the point of waiting one more year? You know what I'm saying? It's a numbers game when it comes to that kind of shit too. So to me, he's a lock, and it's just funny. I feel like we've been having this debate for a fucking decade
Too
now.
long.
It finally matters. For 5 years. For 5 years.
And then we'll talk about it.
I don't know if anybody went on a better rant than Greeny. You remember the rant he did on ESPN? And he's a Jet fan coming out saying he's a mortal lock for the Hall. And he just his logic and his argument and his rant was just perfect, dude. It was absolutely epic. Dude. Yeah.
That's the first ballot. But guys, I want to talk about a couple things, man. Yes, we're going to get to ball and we're going to get to the Grammys too. Why the hell not? But I want to talk about that Luka trade. Man, heading into Los Angeles, man, the Dallas Mavericks said, see you later. Give me my guy, Davis. Give me the unibrow. Let me figure this out here, and you could take Luka, and he could be your franchise. And it's prime, by the way. Let's make this clear. But let's be honest. Luka wasn't playing no goddamn defense at all. He was just a good scorer.
Who does though?
Right? But man, they Dallas Mavericks wanted some defensive people over there. That's also they're not done. The rumors has it they're not done. We'll see what happens. I don't know. But I'm telling you right now, man, let's talk about it. Let's go around the room. How'd you guys feel about Luka heading into the Lakers there, man? What's going on? And I'm gonna start with El Jefe on this one. Because you was the power forward or you was the three. You was the three in high school. So I know you got
me. I was a two guard. I was a two guard.
Yeah, he looks like a
I'll shut down your best scorer and I'll pop some threes. I mean, I'll handle the ball if I have to. There's really no telling what I'll do except dunk. I cannot dunk. I'm shocked by this. But I just think Mark Cuban, they knew something that no one else knows yet. And if it's his work ethic, his attitude, or whatever, go ahead, Speed.
Mark Cuban is no longer the Dallas owner. Just a heads up there.
Oh, is that right?
That might have played. He sold the majority to this other fucking punk, which is why people are irate.
So he's not involved in. He was not involved in this apparently.
Yeah, well, I think he's involved, but he is not. He's now the minority owner. He's no longer the majority owner.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Thank you. That's why Spiro's like, this is why we need Spiro.
He was not involved. He says he wasn't involved. I actually believe him because I don't think he would have let this happen. But go on.
No,
yeah, that's why it seemed weird. The whole thing seemed weird to me. I mean, Luka, even when he came into the league at 19, he was young when he came in, 19, 20 years old. Yeah. He was never a super fast electric player. He just, I don't know. He's just a big body dude, and the way he moves, he somehow gets it done. But this was a really interesting trade. I don't understand. What you got back was an aging big man, which is a horrible investment. Yeah. They never get better with time, right? This is not an appreciating asset that you got with like his best days are behind him. That's what happens with big men. So like you didn't even get the draft picks out of them that you should have. So they just seem desperate to get rid of Luka, and the whole thing is weird to me. Rumor has Luka. Dude, if anybody can outdrink Spiro, it's probably him. So
it's probably him.
Listen, a thick boy recognizes thick game, and I respect the shit out of Luka
with a foot on you and 100 pounds.
Yeah. Listen, maybe there's gotta be something to it. It's gotta be something nefarious, right? It's gotta be like drugs, alcohol. I don't know, because nothing else makes sense, right? Because it doesn't make sense on so many levels. Why are you trading him to the Lakers, first of all the teams?
Western
Conference. And
yeah.
in the same conference, you just came off a finals trip with the same Luka Doncic. Like he's not much different. But like you're telling me Anthony Davis and a 1 first-round pick is the best package you can get? The Nets got fucking 5 first-round picks for Kevin Durant, who's way older and an aging veteran in this league. Why not shop it around? Why not let anybody know that you're like, hey, Luka's on the trade market, like, and you could get a massive deal. You should have got king's ransom. So if your goal was not to, clearly the goal is not for the future, right? Because you traded Luka and you didn't get like 5 firsts. You got Anthony Davis to win now,
like and a future first.
And an injury-prone Anthony Davis. And listen, there's the disrespect for Anthony Davis, I think, went a little too far because he is one of the top 15 basketball players in this league. He is still a very skilled ball player, but he's old. He's getting old. He's 32. His body was breaking down before this. It just makes zero sense. And some people are like, hey, they're pulling like a major league thing here where their owner's trying to tank something. And he's trying to take Dallas and take this team and move it out of Dallas, which again makes no sense. This is the 4th biggest market in the United States from a television standpoint. They love their team there. They went nuts over this trade. None of it makes sense. Part of me thinks it's fucking LeBron and Adam Silver getting together like, hey, we're not going to send LeBron out like this. Let's give him let's give him a Luka. Let's put him back on the map and have his successor there going forward. Throw the Lakers a bone because they always get these superstars in the prime of their career. Going back to Jabbar, like it doesn't make any sense. So fuck the Lakers, fuck LeBron. There's something going on. I don't know what it is.
Listen, you can't tell me you're in win now mode, and I think they're 24 and 26 in the Western. So I just don't see a win now mode coming from Dallas at this point. There's got to be something we don't know. You just can't give a player up like Luka for, like you said, an aging player and a first rounder. Guys, like you said, this is a king's ransom. We seen the Knicks give up 1 million pieces for somebody else. You get what I'm saying? Not even the Knicks. I'm sorry. Was it forgive me. Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, the Knicks, yes, for Bridges. I'm sorry. Yes, I did get that right. And yes, you just seen that. You know what I mean? So again, for Luka, somebody that's in their prime, like this gotta be a LeBron James thing. I'm just saying it's gotta be, man.
He's 25, right?
Yeah, he's
26, 25, yeah.
He's averaging 28 points, which is his career average. He's still it's not like he fell off.
Insane. And listen, as far as the Mitch Robinson, no. No. Really? We need him back.
I mean, no, it's a rumor.
I mean, the Knicks need a big, so like
they do need a big bad.
Well, so the thought process behind that is that it frees up money because Mitch is making some money. and you lose a guy. Yes, they need that rim presence, but you can get somebody that's more solid that
Hold on, guys, go
maybe
kill it, man. I
will
got
be
to use the
there.
restroom.
Yeah. I got you. Take
Yeah.
a break.
Yeah. So who's behind Cat then?
They're gonna. There should be at least one trade made by the Knicks, and it should be for defense. Either a wingman for defense, and they should get a big at some point. If it's not Mitch, they're gonna get somebody else. I think they're gonna make 2 moves, just those last 2 pieces to the puzzle, and it's gonna come together perfectly. They won't leave that hole.
Did you hear that Dallas ownership offered a refund to all season ticket holders for the remaining home games of this season?
Wow. I mean, I respect that. I mean, it's
that guy's
weird.
just stacking L's right now.
It's so weird, dude. I mean, he realizes that this is going to be taken terribly. There's no way to pitch this. There's no way to pitch this to your fans. Like they're saying that there's this theory that this guy, like I said, is trying to tank the team and move them to Vegas so they could start a casino because Dallas won't okay the casino in that area. So they're trying to make them so bad that people stop caring about them that he could then move. And again, that's conspiracy theory shit.
Yeah,
who knows what's true? But all you can come up with is conspiracy theories because nothing else makes sense.
Exactly right. It's an asinine trade. Like NBA fans are not dumb. Like everyone's looking at this trade like, what the fuck? How could you possibly let this happen? And the biggest point you made, they were in the finals last year. They still got Kyrie, right? Like they're still
right.
Wouldn't that be some shit if they?
Oh, I mean, there's talk about like what's Kyrie gonna do? Like you're putting you're investing the rest of your team's future in a 32-year-old Kyrie Irving who's burned every bridge that he's ever crossed, and then Anthony Davis who breaks down perennially. That's what your plan is, like.
Terrible plan.
With no first-round picks to speak of.
Yeah, the Lakers were able to move him after like a streak of him being healthy.
Right,
which is like the best time. Like it's a ticking time. Those big men, like it's tough, man. Look at Embiid this year.
Yeah,
bro plays like 1 out of 5 games. He's nothing.
Guys, let me talk about a couple things here. The same, we're on the ball.
Yeah,
but the Knicks, man, I haven't been watching. I've been like, man, I'm boycotting them until they beat some damn good teams. And boy, egg on my face.
You did say that. You challenged them.
You did say that.
I did challenge them, and boy, they answered the bell. And I'm gonna start with, of course, man, Speed, because Speed was talking to me today. You know what he said? He's like, hey, how about those Knicks? And I was like, bro, I just haven't been watching them. Well, he was like, well, you're stupid. Because they've been beating some damn good teams, and I'm like, shit, I gotta watch them again. I'm gonna, you know what? Maybe I should fall back on watching them, but I'm happy they rose to the occasion. So if y'all heard me out there and you're starting to finally beat some teams that are worth a damn, thank you. Matter of fact, you should thank me. Thank me for putting the battery in y'all back. And the Knicks fans, thank me too for having them freaking rising, like just giving them a challenge here. Thank me too here, all right? But Speed, man, tell me about it, brother, and I'm gonna give you.
I mean, listen,
you and Hef got to talk about this. I've been out of it.
In the last couple of weeks, they've beaten in the East Side Milwaukee Bucks. They've beaten the number 2 team in the West, the Memphis Grizzlies, number 3 team in the West last night, Houston Rockets, and number 4 team in the Denver Nuggets. They had a blip against the Lakers over the weekend, but you can't you can no longer use that excuse because now they're putting in work. They're beating the good teams. That was the knock on them the whole time, right? Yeah. And what else is happening is their defense is starting to round into shape. I was starting to worry about we were worried about the things that we were worried about are starting to round into shape. The bench is starting to come along. Fucking Tibbs is playing the bench, which never happens. Never happened. So, and this is before they add pieces to this puzzle. So the Knicks are turning it around. Brunson last night looked like vintage Brunson of last year. It looked like MVP level Brunson, 40 and 10, just dominating the game and dragged this team because the Knicks were losing. I was watching last night the whole game, and Brunson dragged their asses from the dirt and fucking put them on their back and he's doing it again tonight. He's in. And Knicks are up. They're only up 6 now. But Brunson, if Brunson does Brunson things again, this team is. It's finals or bust for me. It's finals or bust.
You know what though? Let me say this too, Speed, because I'm glad Brunson's taking the control over the team. Because to me, it felt like watching the first beginning that he was going to have Big Cat. Like, all right, Big Cat's Big Cat. We got to make sure he get the touches. Yeah. Make sure he got to be the guy, and he doesn't have to be. No, Jalen Brunson still has to run his team. Yeah. It's still his team, and Big Cat's just going to be there to clean up. You get what I'm saying? Like that's how Brunson should always keep it. Listen, he's always going to be your team. Big Cat's going to be there to support you, kind of like the Pippen role. You get what I'm saying? At this point. Like, that's how it should be. And now you're starting to see it. He got to start being the Jalen Brunson we know he can be, that he came here to be. Now you're starting to see him win games, or at least starting to blow some sort of teams out a little bit now. Go be that guy, right. Jalen. Stop being a nice guy. Hog the ball. I don't give a crap. As long as you're winning, I don't give a crap how it is.
Yeah.
Listen, I understand it's not him. Yes, he's going to get his assists. He's going to get all of that stuff. I understand that. But he's still got to be the dominant force on that roster. He still has to be. And the beginning of this year, I was like, man, he's just not the Jalen. Like, he want to make sure everybody get their touches too much. But now that you're starting to see him, like, you know what? Now I got to start taking over the game like how it was before. You're starting to see some wins now. You're starting to see him beating these teams now. I'm just saying. But anyway, I'm sorry. Maybe I could be talking out my ass here. But I'm going to give it for half here because he's like, it's not the answer. I don't know.
No, you're good, brother. And I happened to catch the entire game last night. And I recently snagged the login to the Gotham Sports app from my brother-in-law. So now I'm able to watch my Knicks and Rangers. My wife is so pissed because she thought when football was over, she would like have my attention back. But I'm like, babe, it's for work. I got it. But no, like Brunson, it's always amazing to see him when he gets in that mode, and that's a tough playoff player right there who just does the nasty things. And Josh Hart flying just for a 6'4" dude to get as many rebounds as he does, the effort that he puts in and what he means to this Knicks team and the fans, like they just have something special. And I got to give them credit for the Cat trade because I didn't feel great about it at first. I was nervous about losing Devo and that shooter. Cat, I knew him as a good player, but like he, like Eli, like you said, this is Jalen's team. There's no mistake about it. He is that guy. And Cat fell in. He plays his game, but it's within the Knicks framework, and it works. And even though Precious is not like an A, player, he plays hard, and he will get you a couple of good blocks, a couple of good defensive stands. So they got pieces, man, and it would be interesting to see how they look with Mitch back. Hopefully he can stay healthy, but this Knicks team is fun, dude. There's even you see in the post-game interviews with Alan Hahn. There is something special with Alan Hahn in these on-court interviews. They're incredible, dude. Like Josh Hart goes and like smacks Brunson's ass like with something fierce in the middle of a live interview. It's on TV to millions, and then it's live to the Garden. And Brunson last night gets smacked in the middle of the interview. He goes, "Fucking asshole," right into the mic. And Alan Hahn was like, "Oops, sorry." And Alan Hahn was like, "I warned you too late. That's my bad." Like, there's such a funny thing going on. Like, the vibes are so good with this team that you have no choice but to be excited about it. Let's beat Boston. Can we beat Boston, please?
That's the key. That's the key coming up Saturday. Saturday, you got Boston. That's a huge and. Boston is currently playing the.
What are we doing Saturday?
What?
What are we doing Saturday?
We got to talk about that because
we might have to reschedule again. Anyway, I think so. Boston's always a litmus test. They're only 2.5 games back of them, and Boston's currently playing the Cavs. The Cavs are falling back they're falling back to earth. So don't count out anything right now. The Knicks are starting to cook. The Cavs are falling back. Boston's right there. 1 through 3 by the end of the season is going to be close. It's going to be close. And the Knicks, like I said, are 2 pieces away. They're 2 pieces away from having the complete team. And it's been fun to watch. Like you said, Jeff, the vibes are coming back. Once I think, March comes around, once post All-Star break, people start really paying attention, right? You get the spring fever going on. And that's what MSG captured last year, and that's what I'm hoping happens this year. And we're just like, again, I think we were just waiting in the weeds for this team to like come together and gel. And you look up and they're 33-17. Like they're on pace, bro. They're right on pace to start taking off right after the All-Star break. Everybody's now going to be fully invested in each other, they played with each other for long enough. And this is where you start to see the fruits of the labor of like all the chemistry and all the bench coming together. The two more pieces out of the trade deadline. And I think it's going to be beautiful.
Hell yeah. We lost OG, right? Is that for the year?
No, I don't think that injury has not been said or how bad it is.
Okay.
Right now, they said foot sprain. You always worry with foot sprains, and you always worry particularly with OG because he's just
it was a no contact injury. That's bad in any sport.
Right. The Twitter doctors were speculating that it wasn't an Achilles, right? It wasn't Achilles, and that's what you fear in that kind of movement right there. But they're saying it might have been like a pull of some sort, but who knows? It says they say foot sprain. Let's cross our fingers because they can't win without OG. They can't win. They need him in the playoffs. His defense. Yeah. So
let him rest,
please, for the love of. Hey man, Speed, you're not done yet, man. Take a sip of your water because you got to give us a little bit of Rangers talk before we get out of here and end the show with some good vibes here. And Hef got to give us the music. So give us some Rangers talk, brother.
Yo, so the Rangers acquired JT Miller. They brought JT Miller back to New York, a former Ranger who they let go because, he was kind of a dick. Let's call spade a spade. JT Miller was kind of a dick. And he was almost a throw-in in a trade. And this guy is a top NHL player when he's focused, when he's healthy, and motivated. Most likely, there was something that went on with him and the other star player in Vancouver, and it was it split the locker room. And what he is a dick about is that he cares too much sometimes. He wants to get the best out of people. He drags it, and he expects, like it's Michael Jordan-esque in that, like, he's on people's asses. And he was fighting with the star of that team. And hey, you know what? What happens at the end of the day? The second they don't bend to the second guy. They bend to the star. So they sent JT Miller out of town for Filipino. And I love Filipino, but JT Miller is exactly the type of player this Rangers team needs because we're fucking soft. We're soft. We're a soft team. I love them. We're a lovable bunch. We're nice, but they need somebody to come in there and fucking kick some ass and light some fire under some of these players. And that, by all measure, is what JT Miller has done. He came in here. He's got 4 points already, 2 goals in game 1. And he's setting the tone. He's telling people, go out and lay some people out. And what you saw the Rangers play in the last game, they played with like their hair was on fire. Big hits. JT Miller going to the net. 2 assists for JT Miller in the second game. He's making shit happen. And the break is right around the corner. They got Boston on Saturday too. It's a big New York versus Boston thing coming up this week. And they're chasing Boston in the standings. They're right there. If the Rangers get hot right before this break, what happens now, is it's not an all-star break. It's called the Four Nations break. And they're splitting into a tournament of, I think it's Canada, Sweden, USA, and I forget who the other country, the other nation is, to be honest with you.
It's like the friendliest tournament ever. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. But half of the New York, I feel like the entire New York Ranger team is on Team USA. So what I'm hoping for is we get a little momentum heading into the break, and then what happens? They carry this momentum into this Four Nations. They win this tournament. JT Miller and Trocheck and Kreider and all and Fox, all these USA players, they win it together. They bring these vibes back with the Rangers after the tournament is over, and they take off. And you still have Igor Shesterkin in net, one of the best goalies on the planet. If you get hot at the right time, this team can make the playoffs again. And I'll put my chances up with anybody if Igor's running hot. And Mika is now coming alive because that guy's been dead all season long.
Yeah.
The Rangers are back, potentially. I'm going to just chill a little bit, see what happens in the next week or so. But I love what JT Miller is bringing to this team. It's grit. It's much-needed grit. And him and Trocheck are best friends. So Trocheck kind of like threw in an extra little like, hey, bring him home. he's going to be better here. He's going to be better here. He's living with Trocheck. They got the brother thing going. They got the new leadership at the top now. It feels like things are turning around, but you got to still win the games. So I'm feeling it, E. I'm feeling it.
That's what I like to hear, man. I mean, I didn't know that All-Star break consists of going like overseas and
it's going to be interesting.
That's interesting. Man. They putting up more in their body. Like, holy cow, man. That's crazy.
I know.
In case it wasn't grueling enough, the whole regular season, and then like another 40 games to win the Stanley Cup. Ridiculous.
Yeah,
crazy. That's crazy, man. Shout out to the Rangers, man. Look like they're bouncing back a little bit. And shout out to the Knicks, man. Looking like they definitely, man, they're proving me wrong here. I'll be watching some more games, man. Rooting my team on for sure.
By the way, quick update: Knicks up 3, a minute 30 left.
Okay,
let's go.
They were up big. They need to win this.
That's a bucket for Josh Hart. Up 5.
Yeah, 5. Up 5. Okay. I mean, listen, they need to hang on here because what we just said about the Knicks game on Saturday all goes out the fucking window if they blow this game and lose to the Raptors. So finish this game out.
They got it. They got the ball back already. Up 3 minute left.
Let's just hang out. Let's hang out and watch the this game.
Yeah.
What do you say? What do you guys say?
We'll
watching it at Tommy's. Fucking come on.
Man.
So Saturday, I would love to. I want to do that. But I've had a plan on the calendar for a month to go out with my dad and my 2 brother-in-laws Friday night. So as you know, it's tough to go Friday, Saturday, and then Super Bowl Sunday. So that makes Saturday tough.
Agreed.
Anybody got any good Super Bowl plans? Are we doing house parties? So again, I think you put out the poll, right, Jeff? Like, what's your favorite thing to do on the Super Bowl? House party, bar?
It seems like house party. I believe was the favorite. That's my favorite. Do you have any Super Bowl plans yet?
So when you have 2 kids that are under 6, sleep time comes right in the middle of the game, which is just perfect. It's just perfect. So we have plans that we're going to go over to the neighbors, drink as many beers as we can, and get it in. And again, what's tough is the wifey's an Eagle fan, so she wants to be locked in 100%. Switching households
at halftime.
It might have to happen earlier. It might have to not happen at all because if they're winning, she's a very superstitious person.
So you're gonna have to
be like, hey, you take the kids home. I'm staying here.
Which she would do for you if it was the Giants. So that's fair.
She would. So it's gonna be interesting. What about you guys? You guys got anything planned going?
No. I mean, listen, man. What we usually do during the Super Bowl. Get like a bunch of finger foods. I'm actually on vacation starting that Sunday. Yeah, I'm actually starting Saturday. So just get a bunch of finger foods, man, and just enjoy the atmosphere of the Super Bowl with the family. I'll definitely be watching, man. And I'm excited, man. Like I said, I'm gonna try to drink a little bit, you know what I mean? Have a good time. I need to drink a little bit. I had to take care of some adult business. And let me say this and make this a public service announcement as we're waiting for the Knicks here to dial it down. But guys, yes, Spiro was like, where the hell's Eli? I had to take care of some adult things. And I'm sure Hefe, anybody can tell me their stories here. But I had a colonoscopy, right? Terrible stomach problems, guys. But, I had a colonoscopy. I have to tell you this, man. I'm sitting there. Funny thing. I'm sitting there in the thing. Your ass is out, right?
Two-toe. Speaking of two-toe.
You got to get right? Dude, you're sitting there, your ass is out. Next minute the guy goes, hey, we're going to start the procedure now. And you go, all right, Doc, just sit there.
Be gentle.
Right? Be careful here, guys. They go, okay. So they had to do both. I had to go down my throat and up my ass, which is great. So he goes, hey,
that's a Friday night.
It is, man. That's a DP right there at its finest. It was great.
Oh man!
Listen, I'm sitting there. I'm like, hey, you guys have to put this thing in my mouth to keep my mouth open, because and they're like, yeah, that's right. You must have done this before. I'm like, dozens. So he goes, hey, we're gonna give you 10% now.
What is this, Pulp Fiction? What's going on here,
dude? Right? He gives me 10% of the shot. I'm like, holy shoot, man, this thing is taking me out here, Doc. He was like, all right, we're gonna give you the next. All right, it's time to wake up. I was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, I know.
What is this drug that they give you, bro? That anesthesia, I'm telling you right now, will make you forget you even living. That thing is strong as hell. But I woke up and I felt ashamed.
Violated.
I felt violated.
Yeah.
It is the best sleep ever sees. I
I
have
got
to
a book
admit.
mine, dude.
I have to admit, it is the best sleep you'll ever get.
God.
I popped up out that damn hospital bed, man, and I was like, nah, I feel violated. I got dressed so fast. I never got dressed so fast in my life. But I was just like, they were talking to me, and I was just like, yeah, just give me the paperwork so I'll get the hell out of here.
Yeah, fuck you. Fuck
Nobody
you.
look at my face.
Yeah.
Don't look at me. Guys, I was up out of there with the quickness. I didn't want no part of whatever. I was like, get my goddamn paperwork, and I ran out of there as fast as I can.
Yo, that's fucking
Felt
great,
embarrassed,
dude.
but that was my story there, guys. Don't forget public service. Get your colonoscopy, please, man.
I gotta sign myself up for what.
Spee, you ever have one or no?
No, it's on the docket this year.
I'm in an elite group of 30-year-old. Like I got mine at 30.
Oh, you had your.
I had so many stomach problems and shit like that.
Yeah.
Literally.
Greg, thank you so much, brother.
Oh.
I know you were
by the way,
busy tonight.
We love you, Greg.
Jalen with a big time 3-pointer again.
Dude, just icing it.
He's getting to killer mode. Dr.
Go
Wink that Eli leaving.
Nobody look at my face.
He did give it it's nice serving you.
What if he did it like on your way out? What if he was like, hey, nice.
Yeah, right.
Yo, nothing you can do but just cry in the corner.
I'm not giving you my copay, you son of
You're
a.
right.
He's like, that's fair, sir.
Fair enough.
Pleasure was all mine. What if he walked out and was like, the pleasure was all mine? What would you say? You
Oh,
we gotta say shout out to
go ahead, sir.
Tuto. Again with the super chat. We love you, Tuto. Salutes and respects to NYR fam and crew and diehard Giants fans across deep hand. Greetings from our entire Italian national rugby team. Forget about hey, you know what? Tuto, if you can, tell me what happened in your last match because I had it set. I had a reminder set to watch you, and then my life just was my life right now. But I couldn't get to. But I would love to hear how you did. I hope you guys won, man. We love you, man. We're always rooting for you out there.
Absolutely, brother.
But listen, the Knicks are about to come away with a much needed win.
Yeah, dude, closing it out. There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Okay.
Hey, let's go.
They go to Boston, and they're ready to rock, dude.
We're ready to rock, man. That's it, bro. Guys, let me get that music here.
I got you.
That music.
Got you.
Shout out to the 399 people that are in the building. We want to say thank you so much for tuning in to New York Revival. Man, guys, it is humbling to have 399 people in here or more, guys. So we do appreciate you. Understand it's the off season, but thank you so much. If you are on X, guys, please hit that follow button. Hit that notification bell to when we go live. You will get the notification. And please hit that like and repost as well. If you are on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button and that thumbs up button, guys. I'm telling you, we appreciate all the support. It gives us the guests as well. And, guys, during this offseason, we're going to have some very good guests that'll stop by, talk draft with you guys later on in the future. Just wait till after the Super Bowl, man. That's when everybody's not being busy anymore. So we'll start getting some people and we'll start really going into the offseason here. But thank you so much, guys. We got C's last one, right? The Dallas GM one. I want to make sure we got C's there before we get out of here.
Hold on, real quick. You're right. We didn't. C's, love you, man. Again.
Thank you, C's.
You're the best.
You want to make sure we got you, brother.
Dallas GM is the same VP who spelled Steph Curry's name wrong when pitching him to sign with Nike. Hence why he signed with UA. Biggest meeting and you don't spell a check. Yeah,
is that for real? How does that?
This guy's not even. Yeah,
that's
crazy. It's not like it was the Greek freak's name that you messed up.
I know.
It's Steph Curry. Come on, man.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that story existed. That's crazy.
No, that's wild, insane. Bro.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's doing something
judging
wrong
by what he did, it makes sense. It checks out, dude. It checks out.
Ooh,
guys,
I want to talk about. Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hey, we're with you, bro.
Sorry.
Devastated loss, bro. Hey, we're with you, bro. Keep fighting, bro. Keep going. E. Right, real quick. Oh, E. Before we go, or actually, Jeff, whoever else feels more passionate about this, Beyonce, country, her cowboy
Yeah.
What was it? Cowboy Carter.
Cowboy Carter.
One album of the year. What are your thoughts, real quick? Go around the room. Jeff, starts off.
Surprising. Because I mean, I didn't listen to the album, so I mean, I'm not the most educated person about this. But
Yeah.
I mean, for country album,
Give us your uneducated take.
Yeah, here's my uneducated take. She beat out people like Chris Stapleton and probably some other country music people. Oh, Post Malone was nominated too. He does a little bit of everything too. But I will say, at the end of the day, I think this is actually smart because I mean, her speech, she kind of said like genres are, like a cool way of saying stay in your lane in a way.
Yeah.
But the more that those, how many country people were exposed to Beyonce's music more and vice versa, Beyonce fans may be listening to a little more country. I think it's pretty smart by them, even though, it's one trophy that none of them need. So if you bring more awareness to the different genres and try to share fans, everybody wins at the end of the day. They're all already winners at the end of the day. So, surprising, but also smart at the same time.
Right. To me, real quick, and I'll go real quick on this. It feels like Leo getting his Oscar way later, even though he did did all these amazing projects.
But he got it for
the Revenant.
The Revenant.
Yeah, it's almost like a lifetime achievement thing. At the end of it, it was like, we fucked you over so many times where you should have probably won it. That here's your W. It might not have been deserved for this particular one, but you stack so many good albums and good songs and good career behind you that they're like, we're making up for it. And it felt like Leo got his Oscar way too late. Could have gave it to him five different other movies, but he got it at the end of the day. And are we really going to complain if Jay-Z might have threw a couple dollars the Oscars way and just
I'm going to complain.
Yeah, go. Yeah, go.
Here's the thing. Listen. The category that she was in Best Album of the Year, you beat out Billie Eilish, which I believe had an incredible album. Guys, I listen to all types of genre of music. Trust me. Chaperone was on another Chaperone. I don't know whatever her name is. Was on a trajectory that is just crazy this year, and her album was pretty damn good too. Taylor Swift, it was good. Wasn't her latest projects, but it was good enough. But you're talking about Cowboy Carter. That country album was so trash. It wasn't even funny. Okay. The only song that was good off that album was probably everybody will know. It ain't Texas.
This ain't Texas.
Ain't no hold 'em. Tell me the rest of the songs on there. I'll wait. Exactly. This is not album of the year material, guys. This is not.
I agree.
And the very thing that Jay-Z complained about, how Beyonce never, the highest decorated award winner in Grammy history, by the way, Beyonce. But he also complains she never won album of the year. This wasn't the one for the Grammys to lie down on that hill on. Because the very thing Jay-Z complained about, they just did it for her.
Yeah.
How did she not win album of the year? Yeah, they just gave this to her. So now everyone else can complain how Jay-Z was complaining, like, this was the album y'all gave it for, and there was Lemonades of the world. There was also other Beyonce projects that was better than this of the world, and y'all giving her album of the year for this one? Grammys, you got it wrong. So therefore, the argument of she never got it, like, Jay-Z, you look stupid.
It's a makeup call.
Complete fool, right? You look like a complete fool.
That's what.
The same thing that you were just arguing a year ago about. Like, it's just egg on your face. Like, now this is a sham award. She got album of the year finally, but you're gonna look back at this one with that little asterisk next to it and say, well, she got it at least, but that was for Cowboy Carter.
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
You'll be like, I don't remember many songs off of that one, but
none at all. Like, honestly, I could go through that entire album. Yes, it had Miley Cyrus on there. Yes, it had a bunch of other songs on there, but they wasn't the Texas Hold'em, whatever the hell that was. That was the only track that was good. Everything else was ass-a-rona. It was trash. It was whatever equivalent of what garbage dumpster juice is. Worse than the Giant.
Man.
It is terrible, that album. And y'all gave an album of the year? Stop, man. Can y'all cut the malarkey? Stop. It made it seem like a little nicer jam for that one. Should have gave it to Billie Eilish. She freaking had an incredible album that year. Incredible. Incredible. But that's
it's like Jeff said, though. Like, you complain enough to the refs, you're gonna get your calls. And that's what it looked like. Jay-Z did. He complained enough.
There's an art to it. Yep. You get in their ear, you let them know you're unhappy, then they're gonna think like we don't want to hear from this guy again.
But like you said, it sets a bad precedence too. Sets a bad precedence going forward. Like
it's equivalent to DEI. No, I'm kidding. I'm not getting the politics.
Is it more ridiculous than her never winning album of the year or Leo never winning an Oscar?
Right. No, I don't think it is.
Or is it well, he got one for that. At least he got what's better at the end of the day?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah, right.
That's a question though. And it's hard to answer that right now. It's hard to I'm outraged because you could probably be outraged too, Hef, because we contribute to this genre. Like we contribute to music, whether it's on a low scale or on a high scale. We understand the thought process behind music and trying to make a song, trying to make a hit, and we understand what hits and what good art sounds like. So you kind of go, man, this is a slap in the face. Like she had much better projects, so why hand it to her? Just wait till she produces another great project and go, all is undeniable here. Like you guys are just trying to make up for what you didn't do right, and this just wasn't the year to do that. But what's happening? It just wasn't the year to do that right now.
Well, the thought process is, what if she doesn't put out anything else? Like you said, this one was a cheat, right?
But
what if she doesn't put out anything else that's
she's
good?
Still been nominated 100 times, and she's still the all-time Grammy, whatever. Sure. It's one award that she didn't win.
Yeah, that's fair.
That doesn't take away. That doesn't take away from her greatness if she never won Album of the Year. It
not
really
even
doesn't.
a little. Not even a little.
It really, Beyonce's and I say I die on this hill. I think Beyonce's the modern day Michael Jackson, and a lot of people go, "Well, she doesn't dance. She doesn't. She's not. No, she's the modern day Michael Jackson as far as success, songs, hits, etc. We can go through that and have a conversation another time. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. But it doesn't take away from her greatness if she didn't win Album of the Year. Like this just wasn't you just. Right. Again, asterisk next to it, and it's just man, really? You know what I mean? I don't know, man. To me,
when you go back and talk
tarnishes it to me.
Yeah, when you go back and talk about Beyonce, you're not going to be she that one thing though, she didn't win the album of the year. That's not what you're going to talk about when you talk about Beyonce.
If Jay-Z didn't come out and say that, I don't know if anybody's talking about it.
Exactly. I would have never known. Yeah,
exactly.
He did his wife a favor because it probably means something to her. That's probably what that was. He's a smart man.
Probably rubbing her back and she's saying, you know what, babe? I never won Album of the Year. He's like, I'll fix that. Let me just rub your back a little bit. Then he woke up the next morning making breakfast, babe. I never won Album of the Year. Just shut up and make the eggs. Then probably that next morning, babe, you know what? I just never made Album of the Year. God damn it, Beyonce. I'm going to go fix it for you. That's what that was.
I love that over 400 people stayed and listened to us talk about Beyonce and music. That's a good sign.
This is what we're here for. This is what we do for, buddy.
Yeah, because you're not buying brake pads. You're buying us.
Exactly.
That's a fact. But man, shout out to you guys. 413 people in the building, man. We talked everything for you guys, man. If you want us to talk even more entertainment, send us a DM, man. Send us something, man. And we'll start talking more entertainment on this pod, man. But guys, shout out to everybody in the building today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're on YouTube. Don't forget to hit that follow button if you're on X. Man, on behalf of my brothers, man, you guys know who they are, and that's Mr. Glass Half Full of Nets.
Let's go. Shout out St. John's College basketball. Let's go. 20-3, 11-1 in the Big East for the first time since 1985. Johnnies are back. The Johnnies are back. Rick Pitino has the Johnnies back. They're going to be ranked top 10. New York basketball is back, baby. Let's go.
This guy has no limits. This guy. He will reach as far into his bag as he has to make sure he ends every show.
Is that who I think it is? Is that who I think it is?
That's my uncle Robert. What's
up?
Yeah.
We got a Pilgrim in the house. We got a Pilgrim.
Oh, can Beyonce play quarterback? I'm assuming that's what that was for.
I think she can. She's really good at everything. So I think she can probably play better than we've had.
If she played quarterback, that'll be amazing.
Shout out Uncle Robert.
Shout out to Uncle Robert. Can we say Bobby? Can we do Bobby?
His son is Bobby, so sure. I mean,
hey, Bobby! Hey, Bobby! Bobby! Hey! Bobby! All right, next time I'm going to give you a proper intro here, Uncle Robert. All right? That's what we're going to do. But, man, of course, my brother El Jefe and St. John's. That's totally...
Classic.
New York.
Steve.
Are we not New York Revival?
Yeah.
I thought we were a
no,
New York
no,
podcast. I thought we were a New York sports
You're
podcast,
right.
weren't we?
You're right.
I thought we're in the
Steve.
circle. Are we not?
Yeah,
Are we
you're
not?
right.
Are we
right.
not in circle? Shout out, Johnny's.
Go Johnny's. 420. Why are you still hanging out with us? I love.
Why
you guys. That's
why
awesome.
y'all here?
Yeah.
Like this is a shit
Well,
show.
we lost one after the Johnny's comment. I guess
This is
that
a
we
shit
lost.
show. But of course, man, my brother El Jefe, aka White Jersey, aka Blue Jersey, aka I'm gonna get this right. I put so much pressure on me.
Mm-hmm.
But shot, aka El Jefe. no, it's supposed to be El Jefe. Damn, now screwed that up. Screwed that up completely.
Perfect. You nailed it. Perfect.
Hold on, let me hit it.
Move this man!
I screwed up.
That's a good sound very well.
I appreciate you. Yeah, man. So yeah, shout out to the revivalists in the chat. It's your boy Eli Rax, aka Bob. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace and blessings.
New York Revival, I'm in the building.
Let's go.
Live with the Wolf High Ground.
Let's go.